For 30 years, these trucks run on a goldfield schedule. They build schools, clinics, and a dam here. Today, the schedule ended. Government took back the mines on Saturday morning. By noon, the keys were in Ghanaian hands. Lance Minister Emmanuel Amakofibua handed Damang to engineers and planners.
We are here this morning to signal to the world that our people are now ready to drive the bus. Engineers and planners, you are not just taking over a mine. You are carrying a nation's confidence. This is only a leasing right, not a sell-off. The Republic of Ghana remains the owner of this mineral asset. This lease will be reviewed when its terms expires, just like every other mine in this country. Therefore, the expectation placed on you is the same, if not higher than what the outgoing leaseholders were required to meet. You must invest, you must explore, you must maintain safety and environmental standards, and you must protect every single job.
The first question on site: jobs. More than 1,000 workers and contractors depend on this pit. E&P's founder moved fast to answer it.
Possible Goldfields is going to lose his or her job. So we also want to hand over to them who will be running the mine. But we know how to do it because we have all the other satellite pits to be able to feed in to do. So we did a bankable study, we looked at it and noticed that we could do it. We approached a few of the banks. In here, the bankers are here. One has given us 650 million, another 600. They are competing against themselves, but before they won't follow us. But thank you for coming.
One hand over, two statements. Government says this is about Ghana taking control of its gold. Engineers and planners says it's about proving local firms can run a world-class mine. The test starts now.
Nananum. I want to tell him something, but I'm keeping myself. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity for working here for 30 years. I just didn't spring up from Ghana and started working here. When I started working here, a lot of people were in school, some were students, and today they are heading the commission and they are regulating us somewhere. Somewhere, and some of the people I work with today, like him, I came here in 97, 98, started, he was working for AMS, and I came to rent a machine on the reclaim. And they were desperate for dozers then, so they moved my dozer into the hard rock. In 2 months when I came, they had destroyed my dozer. But unfortunately, when I came here, I didn't have a place to stay. I used to stay in a place called Peace Hotel. That was in the beginning. But one day I went there and I didn't get a room. So I ended up in his living room, and he gave me a couch to sleep, and I slept. So I couldn't go at him. From there, I got taken to Takwa, where I met Sid, Eskin, Majid. So everybody today in EMP have come out of AMS and other companies that I work with. But the brief story is to say it hasn't been an easy journey. And what I'm doing today, or the transfer of mine to EMP, is for everybody. It's not for me. In the past, I used to come in here, stand at that gate, looking to go in there to get some work to do. Tony Obion was there with Dave Ingle, and if most people remember Dave Ingle, Mike Izan, and so many of the other people from Ranger. But after 30 years, I asked myself that, look, can we just still be contractors? We can't do that. After 30 years, I just said to myself that, listen, and Goldfields offered this mine to me. Point of correction, I didn't just spring up to say I want to own Damang. Goldfields said in 2022, we're going to close the mine and we want you to take over, but we'll sell it to you. And I said, you can't sell it to me because you've cheated me all these years. So you have to give it to me. So we agreed. They told me to go to government and get a no objection letter. I went in there. And I must thank our former president, Nanado. He gave me a document to sit with Goldfields and negotiate and keep the mine going. When I did that, unfortunately for me or for EMP, I got called by the CEO of Goldfields and said, look, we have a challenge here working here. How are you going to do it? I said, oh, leave that to me. He says, no, he wants to know because they want to hold our hands. So, me being too known, I went and opened my mouth and showed him how he would do it. Then he later also said, they'll change their mind. I said, no, you can't change your mind. You told all of us you were going, so please go and leave us to do. Fortunately, government came in there and said, look, they'll hand it over. So we engaged government to let them know that mining is not just buying equipment and working in there. It is the key people that you need to put together. So I said, look, if I don't do it today, there's no Ghanaian in this country who can run a mine as hard as Damang, because Damang's rock is the hardest rock in, would I say, Africa. So even when you bring machines and you have a life of the machine to say you get 10,000, you never get 10,000 hours, you get less hours. So I engaged government and told them that, look, we'll have to do a big cut, which Goldfields would have spent about $1.4 billion to do it. But we know how to do it because we have all the other satellite pits to be able to feed in to do. So we did a bankable study, we looked at it and noticed that we could do it. We approached a few of the banks. In here, the bankers are here. One has given us 650 million, another 600. They are competing against themselves, but before they won't follow us. But thank you for coming. I would say that, look, if we all put our minds together, this is a success story. And the plan I have for Damang is not a joke. I just want to prove that we can invest in ourselves in this country. I want to pledge, I want to say it for everybody to hear. I got a text from one of our young men in here. It says we should build astroturfs for all the communities, which we're looking to do. We've applied for Damang to have an airport. And Damang, within 6 months, will have an airport such that we can fly to Accra easily from here. You should have said all that I'm saying. I won't pay you this month. In the next 2 years, we'll be able to drive from here to Cape Coast on a concrete road or an asphalt road. I beg you, this is not political talk, this is real talk. We're looking to put hospitals. I saw the youth. Is the youth here? The Damang youth, where are they? My youth. Thank you. You talked about a hospital. I'm looking to put 2 big hospitals in Damang. Not Damang alone. Is it Damang and Ateku? Or we will put it together. And Aboso. So what I want to say is that whatever money we make from here, we will reinvest it here. And I want to build my own personal house here. So I'll be living with you, Nananum. But thank you very much for giving me this platform. They didn't want me to talk, but anyway, I just said, let me say something. Thank you very much.
You're Ibrahim Mahama, or capacity, no? Nobody's doubting that. Or capacity, no? Yamanenya, President Unia.
Na only capacity, no?
Na you Misa Kotira Mahama Bim. Was it Nanado Danko Kufado? I am power in Yamuso Yagan is kind of function. No, this should not come from our former president and the flag bearer at that time. Interview. A body and Quanas I am Yano, a body bo Gabidin, a bo Bumptidin, a bo Nana Ashanti Media Tudin, say I say Jessica Diamano. Wow. So by that same standards, and I want to win your plane. Oh, Koba. And to also Jessica the show.
Asempa FM.
Yeah, you see, I'm on your Tino. You can't someone. And I say, when you're penny, Obishia, Kowabacha of Fefe. Because beyond politics, yes, I am your Fossai family. A Buddhism, Jessica at the mount. Tenebunians will Jessica the mount. Now, say what in the play, wow, code of conduct had to buy. Was you no be a gift more than $200? I dare see in Turkey. I dare see in Turkey. I had thousands of dollars. Those won't jar because oh higher. I had thousands. So if it's a gift, I had thousands. It took away breach you out code. What breach you out as a code? Tenen I will be some that way. Because it's here Ghana for some peja. Ghana minds their mawunia. Baby can me kai Rabban a champion dear. Any are some minia Ericaye. My name is a Ghana. You can't the biggest hotel at Airbrand champion there. My name is Ibrahim Champion. He's been into the hotel industry for so many years. One name. You're Brian. We're quite a young. I hotel no more diaba. So be our person back for partnership. Trobra. Or Trobi. Or Winnie. Almost see or no. Nipo no minister wa agree ko hwe no ban so no. Yes, we no pagya no ho abasnet na we betena senate board so and what show mo say yemfa sa hotel we ma no. Then how can we also say president there who kwa na okuta absolute control. Eti won so na wa ye hwehan wa hye say yemfa Damang gold fields no yemfa ma wunua. Na wunua so nye sika pudu wom no fa me hwew. Is that the same standard we are setting? And so we now politicizing so now order restaurant no. Omoduan yes superb. O seafood pa so munam.
Oh, infa.
Oh, so munam o cantonments kwan so. DVH branch ya omo ya say okuja to ka say na Kufuado ne ba na akokọ dan na yaban e dan no ato bi wa no han orenti no ya restaurant orenti omo kan ya say ne ba no agi $25 million and no dia painting bridges e wa say ya see painting nice ones e wo ho nyen wo koji 25 million wow it was private led, it was private driven one city go papa na busu afo ni mase and stand up we are deputy chief of staff and to me catch a gold boss say yem fa adwuma $1 million fama wo now once about social media say ye arrogant posturing and today onye business entity and man nya adwuma arrogant posturing
examples are citing in an HS mono katika adwuma
katika me ka say na sabre a wo ke ene kwa de wo hwe parliament na wo tie nso maka e kwa ya fa so ya de da man no kra mpo ma Ibrahim kwa they have issues with it wo hwe minority issues o ma raise e hwe the processing tender no initially kwa ya antehwe later o me hu dede ene ya si companies me no bia be ka ho ena as anajo man assembly eno mo keka no sa na de ko but the principle me the woman say ene gu nua o gono bia kan say ase ehewu nu yentino wo chichiro bia nsa agu nechi na wama order say yemfama EMP san say ye unua Ibrahim Mahama dia
ba say o hwe tender committee report ni o masem mo kan say ne o kan say ya chichiro bia nsa agu nechi na mampani ama order no sa na tie
asem na okay etie de no mampani timi ko ka say na nado nanko Kufuado nua no mu wie sika de man say no behwe no de na mampani timi kan sa asem no emo ya eni wole bro home mampani so be pacho eni wole bro so be pacho eni wole bre so be pacho because you see when me you know what I have friends who work for Brian Champon I want munya omunsa no aduane free I have friends who work for Ibrahim Mahama I know no musu nya bi di call family so yes we salute them but the thought as anyama ye eni nsema ye ka and that's one because asimo biya kan no go to the streets oh nini enti ya chinchi mo biansa ya jama no oh nini oh ni say and ye tam Ghana Japade nya dem Ibrahim o asimo biya kan no but I would have assumed a posture na say obiye Ghana ni businessman na oboa ma Ghana kwa economy no kwa pija eka etoda nsemo aye kan ye hwe ni ide na mampani ka se Gabia kwakọ wiesike e ba ya kwache no ya Gabia kwa wiesike yi a ode ma na nadan Kufuado tina me ka se hwe ne fe se me hu mfoni a wonua pani na nado dan Kufuado excellency abakọ no wate so mampani wo ho no no atu ne namo no aba wo no chiaw bi wa na no bi nsema am kafa no ekotro ejapade book amano semu tiki kan samba basa guni pa ho fini na busu afo hunya fi ene ye ba ye o mampani ba ye take over na no ba ku ya 100 million o mko fa ye Ibrahim Mahama it could be so afa adim kama fine Damang de bianca wo fe fa process me bianca benya although MPP ye minority raise issues but they be our capacity no ampa oh but san nema we ntino atentino and especially when the code of conduct ba now you say won bribe more than $200 now what you play mu you can na fellas be justify what are you talking about no be justify
nana mama na wase
one gold fields did not stop mining. That statement is not true. Every mine has a mine plan. So when they start, they have a mine plan. You blast the rocks, you put them there. There's something they call stockpile before you feed it into the machine to process the gold. So Gold Fields decides that EMP is the only contractor. I heard him say that EMP does 25% of the work alone. I'll come back to that. Now, Goldfields decided per their mine plan to let the contractor blast for a very long time and then keep the stockpile. So for about 2 years, it is true there was no blasting. It doesn't mean that mining had stopped. That is why for the 2 years, Goldfields never stopped, sacked employees or recorded losses or EMP recorded losses, because the other aspects of mining operations were going on. So the fact that blasting of the rocks stopped does not mean mining stopped. For the 2-year period or so that blasting stopped, there were enough stockpiles to feed the plant. So it is not true that because Goldfield said mining has stopped, EMP was not earning money, because we were feeding the company, as part of its contract, was feeding the plant with the stockpiles that it had kept.
Why do you want 740 million?
When you were talking, nobody spoke. Please,
okay.
Can I talk?
Right, so Bright, let's hear him in full.